What is going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the first release day unboxing video in quite some time. At least it's been at least a month, because there have been no real retail releases for video games since summertime, like back in late June. So I apologize, there haven't been any unboxing videos going on recently, but there's been nothing to show you, basically. So let's break that pattern, because starting with this week, and then it looks like over the next several weeks, with an exception here or there, maybe one or two down weeks, we're going to have major and multiple retail releases every week, which is going to be cool. So starting with today, which is actually August 7th, 2012, we have Persona 4 Arena. Okay? Now, for those of you unfamiliar with this game is a fighting game, okay, designed by Atlas. I believe, actually, I'm trying to remember, the people behind it might actually be called Arc Systems, but I could be wrong there. So it's basically the development team of Guilty Gear, of BlazBlue, have taken the characters from the Persona 4 universe and turned it into a fighting game. Now, from what I've been hearing, this is actually much more than just a simple fighting game, because it actually has a complex story mode, which basically tries to make almost like a sequel to the story of Persona 4, okay? And it's very heavily text-based. It's supposedly 30 to 40 hours long, but it's mostly reading, okay? There is gameplay. There is a lot of fighting game gameplay, but it's mostly reading. So, interesting game for many reasons. The first game where really these people who designed the Guilty Gear franchise kind of took someone else's characters and are making a game out of that. Like the first licensed title, let's put it that way, from these guys, where they licensed someone else's characters to be in their game. So, this being an unboxing video, let's check out the game, let's check out what it came with, and then I'm going to explain a little bit for those who are interested about where my footage is going to be for this game, what kind of footage you're going to find, okay? So first of all, just for pre-ordering the game and getting the first run of this game, at least I don't know if it was a GameStop exclusive or if everyone in North America gets this, but it's the Persona 4 Arena original arranged soundtrack CD, okay? And what you get here, which I'm going to try to show you here without that shine, there you go, are 6 themes. You've got the Arena Naked Mix, the Hero from June's Electro Mix, Like a Dragon Girl Pop Mix, Like a Dragon, it's like a virgin, but it's like a dragon, Girl Pop Mix, Princess Amagi Traditional Taste Mix, The Wandering Wolf Straight Mix, and Missions for the Brilliant Executioner 2K Mix. So it's 6 songs, and what I say to that is, it's always awesome to get freebies, especially when it's like a soundtrack of the game, because if you like the game, you're probably going to enjoy having the soundtrack. However, my question is this: why only 6 songs? Are you going to tell me there's only 6 songs in this entire game? I find that hard to swallow. Now, I could be wrong, I haven't played the game yet, but I really find it hard to swallow that there are only 6 songs. Why couldn't they have included the entire soundtrack? It's almost as if this is like a sampling of the soundtrack to try to hook you, and then maybe it'll get you to buy the real soundtrack later. I don't know. I'm not complaining by any means, because like I said, it was free, but still it is kind of odd that it says it's the soundtrack, but I'm sure the game has more than 6 songs, okay? So that's the soundtrack CD. Here we got Persona 4 Arena. I fucking get it to stand. There you go. And so, it says, the dream team of Atlas and Arc System Works, I was correct, they're called Arc System Works, writes the next chapter of the Persona 4 saga. 2 months after the close of the Inaba Murder Mystery, the Midnight Channel is back on air, broadcasting a new show, the P1 Grand Prix. Tune in to watch high school friends battling it out, all the way to the bitter end. And so some of the features here, first of all, it's pretty funny, because it mentions that everyone at E3 basically nominated the game as like the best fighting game of E3, which is funny because there were a lot of fighting games at E3. You had Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Dead or Alive 5, Capcom was showing off some of the DLC characters for Street Fighter Cross Tekken. You had Virtua Fighter 5, Yeah, this was the game that everyone seemed to get. Destructoid EGM. I can't read what the hell that says. It's too small. You know, all these websites and companies named it the best fighting game of E3 this year. What else does it say on here? It says Persona attacks, SP skills, furious actions, burst skills, and the all-out attack. Solid netcode and 8-man lobbies make for an outstanding online experience. Now, wait a minute. Here's the thing. I did hear actually good things about the netcode for BlazBlue. A lot of people, this was during the era when I was playing Street Fighter 4 heavily, and I was always complaining about the lag and how the netcode was shit. A lot of people told me, well, Phil, I don't understand. BlazBlue, you know, has amazing netcode. Why can't all fighting games use that netcode? So when I see this, I say, isn't that kind of boastful for them to say that it has solid netcode? How do they know that it's not going to suck ass upon, you know, once everyone starts playing it? However, being that BlazBlue was also made by Arc System Works, I guess maybe they actually feel confident enough to say that. So that's pretty ballsy of them to say that. Alright, so that's the box. Inside, you've got your game disc, pretty basic. But the thing here, the instruction manual is thick as hell. Look at it. It's thick, okay? And there's a couple reasons for that. The first reason is because, well, I think you could probably figure this one out because this happens with a lot of stuff. But it's actually in 2 different languages. You've got your English, it ends here, and then here you've got other languages, see? So, it is 2 in 1, but it's a very thorough instruction booklet. Check this out. You've got your prologue, you've got the moves list for every single character is inside the instruction booklet. Very useful, because that way you don't have to go running online or buying a strategy guide. You can just look here and it has their moves all listed. Your basic button layouts and what each button does. Explaining the game system, what all the gauges and everything on the screen are. There's actually status effects that occur during the game. Explaining the rules of the match, explaining the basic... Look at this. Look how many actions there are in this game. There's a shit ton of complexity to the combat. Look how many moves. These are all... Those aren't special moves. Those are techniques that every character has that I just showed you. And then it explains the game modes. You know, there's a challenge mode. It says network mode. It's very in-depth. It explains everything in very in-depth with full color, beautiful... That is a magnificent, marvelous, handsome instruction book right there. And for a game that, you know, you're going to need a lot of instruction for example, this is a fighting game, you need to know, gee, what is this kind of attack? What's that kind of attack? What are all the techniques and things you can use in this game? That's the kind of instruction book you need. So that I have to actually applaud Atlas and Artwork Systems. That is one spiffy instruction book right there. And I don't think anyone's going to complain about that, okay? So, that's the unboxing of Persona 4 Arena. That's what you get with you know, the North American version. And now I'll explain exactly what I'm going to do. Now here's the thing. Today I'm already kind of shocked. Because unfortunately, earlier today I was planning on beating a game I've been playing for a week. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and I thought I was going to be able to beat it in like an hour. It took me 4 fucking hours to beat this game. It threw my whole schedule off. I had to get the Persona 4 Arena much later in the day. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to record for the rest of today. So what I'm going to do to start off the footage is that today I am going to record the tutorial gameplay, so I learn all the basic actions, and then maybe I'll pick a character that I think looks good and either run through their arcade mode or possibly try their challenge mode out. Because even though a lot of the times in these games they have these trials or challenges and they seem like they're impractical, a lot of the times the first few are actually very practical, bread and butter they call them, those combos that are like the staples if you're going to have good gameplay with a character. And maybe I can learn some things about, basic things about the characters through the challenge mode. In addition, a lot of the times the challenge mode gives you your own ideas of what kind of things you can pull off with the character. So I think I'm going to do tutorial to learn the basics, and then possibly jump into a challenge mode or maybe an arcade mode playthrough of a character or two. I don't know how long it takes. Now, a lot of people have asked me, gee, are you going to do the story mode? The 30 to 40 hour long story mode. Here's my answer to that, okay? Number one, I didn't play Persona 4, okay? So I don't even understand the story. I didn't play the role-playing game, so I don't know who these characters are. I don't know what's going on, and therefore I don't know if playing the story mode is a good idea, because I'm probably going to be confused the entire time and not know what the hell is happening, okay? Number 2, it is rumored that the story mode is 30 to 40 hours long, and yeah, a lot of that is text, but that's a lot of reading for me. On top of that, I'm still in the middle of a Grand Theft Auto marathon on DSPGaming, and so I'm going to be playing Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and therefore I don't think I have 30 to 40 hours to dedicate to this game over the course of the next week. So therefore, here's my answer. I'm not going to play the story mode yet, okay? This does not mean that I will never play it. What this means is that what I would like to do is over the course of the next several days, play with different characters, learn the basics of the game, maybe do some arcade mode, some challenge mode until I get my hands into it, my mind into it, and then see if I like the game enough that I would want to explore a 30 to 40 hour long mode at a later date. So if I like the game a lot and I feel like I would like to do the story mode, I will possibly do it at a later date. Not now, that's for sure. It's going to have to wait a couple weeks because there's too many releases and things going on, and I have to try to get as far in San Andreas as I can until next week's retail releases come out. But it's not completely out of the question that I wouldn't play the story mode. So don't give up yet. If you were one of the fans of this game and you were hoping that I would play a complex story mode, well, first of all, there's never been a 30 to 40 hour story mode ever in any fighting game. So this is already an unprecedented first, let's put it that way. But I can't promise it, but it may happen. So, alright, so that's it for the Persona 4 Arena unboxing video. I hope that it was informative. I hope that it was fun. If you want to see footage of Persona 4, jump over to my fighting game channel, DSP Street Fighter, because that's where you're going to see the coverage of this game. And like I said, tonight I'll be starting with the tutorials and maybe 1 or 2 characters, some very basic stuff. Over the course of this next week, every day, I'll be taking out time to play this game a little bit, especially along with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So don't get disheartened if you want to see one or the other. You get to see San Andreas on DSPGaming, you get to see Persona 4 Arena on DSP Street Fighter. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you for the gameplay over on DSP Street Fighter. Hope you check it out.